What it do, YouTube? You know I had to do a pop-up live one time for you, man. A surprise pop-up live. We're going to talk about some stuff tonight. We're definitely going to talk about some stuff tonight. We're not going to just talk prison, though. We're going to talk about whatever y'all want to talk about. I got a couple things I'm going to address. Then we're going to do a Q&A. I told you I'm about to start going live at least a few times a week. I'm going to try to anyway. But definitely try to, man. Y'all double tap the screen. I know it's early, but I need 1,000 likes, man. Let me put the love shades on. Give everybody an opportunity to enter the building, if you will. Y'all double tap the screen. See, when you engage, YouTube sends out the notifications, more notifications that we live. I know I just be popping up, going live. Don't nobody ever know. So I got to give it a second. There is a message. Put the love shades on. Who's in the building, man? Somebody say something. Anybody. Let me know you're in the building. Let me know you can. Sometimes the internet is kind of crazy over here. So somebody say what's up, Kens, in the comment section so I can see that. You know what I mean? Everything is everything. I see the likes. Y'all double tap the screen. Trying to get my affairs in order, so y'all give me a moment. Somebody say something. Let me know that, so that way I know if I can see your comments coming through. Anything, just be like, yo, what up? Because there's been a couple times I've been on here and I've gone live, and I'm just sitting here talking, and people are like, they're sending comments, but I haven't been able to read them. Yeah, we definitely gonna talk about some things this evening. Okay. Appreciate that, James. James Pack 5820. Appreciate that, man. Like I said, just wanted to make sure that I was able to see you all's messages or whatever. Definitely appreciate that. Hasn't come back with the milk yet. Interesting. Got the trolls already, huh? Got the trolls already. We doing a whole lot of blocking. I let it go last time, man. But y'all double tap the screen anyway. And we're gonna get these likes up. Got a couple people supposed to be moderators, but I failed to let them know that I was going live, as I typically do. You heard from Brother Taydon lately. Prime time was good. Prime time. I talked to Taydon, I want to say about a week ago. For y'all that's not familiar with who Taydon is Dante from the Dante Show Network. We talked on the phone. We're supposed to be setting up another interview. Dante's busy though. He's running a whole network over there. Like, he got a lot of stuff going on over there. And there's a reason why that guy I don't know how many subscribers he has, but I know that months ago he was over 150,000. So there's a reason that he's knocking on 200,000 subscribers. So that dude, man, he's salute to Dante from the Dante Show Network. But I still call him out, though. Let's not get it misconstrued. I still will call him out if need be. All due respect, though. What y'all want to talk about tonight? I'm gonna give it a couple more minutes for people to enter the building. But see, a lot of people don't understand that. Or maybe you do. I can't necessarily say what you all understand, but like when you go live on YouTube, the YouTube, once you finish going live or whatever, it turns into an upload, just like a regular video or whatever. So oftentimes I'm not really worried about a lot of people seeing the live because, like I said, I just jump on here and nobody really knows when I'm gonna go live. But yet at the same time, people have an opportunity that missed it to come back and watch the upload, if that makes any sense to you. What y'all thought about that video? I don't know. It's not many people on here right now, but what y'all thought about the video with the inmate that beat the female correctional officers up? I'm sure that y'all have seen it. If you haven't, go check out my last video, or one of my last videos, and I'm talking about it. Actually showed the video. Beat the brakes off two female correctional officers. Joseph Hunter. We definitely gonna talk about that. Joseph Hunter. Thought that you all might have seen the video, but I guess not. That's a video that you made. If you're into your prison content and things of that nature, you definitely want to go see that video. It's kind of gruesome. I don't agree with putting your hands on a woman, under any circumstances. But at the same time, man, like this woman, she really, really asked for it, and she was provoked. I wish she hadn't have done it, but what's done is done. I'm not familiar with him, bro. Original 4727. He's looking at 10 to 25 years. Geechee Gotti gets arrested for a heist on a pharmacy. Geechee Gotti, who is that? I don't even know who it is. I'm gonna just keep it all the way real, man. He sound like he might be a rapper or something. But I'm not familiar with that. He robbed a pharmacy. It's hard times out here. People's out here robbing and I figured he was a rapper. I'm gonna have to do my due diligence on that. I haven't really been, like I haven't. A lot of these newer rappers, I'm not even familiar with, to be totally honest. He's from Cali. Okay, he's a battle rapper. All right, battle rapper. See, battle rapping, man, that's a tough game, man. And them dudes, I will go out on a limb to say that they don't really make a whole lot of money now. Once you get large in the game, like your Cassidy's and, people like that, well, they probably making some money. But if you're an aspiring battle rapper, I don't know. I've never been a battle rapper. I'm just venturing to say that dudes, they don't make a whole lot of money. And the thing about anything that you're trying to do, right? Whether you're trying to be a rapper, singer, entertainer, whatever, actor, YouTuber, you got to go through your struggles in the beginning. Everybody don't make it. In fact, the majority of people that attempt to enter the world or realm of entertainment, they just don't make it. A lot of people don't understand that you have to continuously find ways to reinvent yourself. And that's just after you've already been noticed. When you come into the rap game or the entertainment game and you don't really have a major cosign, like if you take a 50 Cent, he had Dr. Dre and he had Eminem, so they were able, now he had hot music. He has hot music, or he had hot music, but at the same time, he also had a heck of a cosign. Just think, at that time, Eminem was the hottest thing in the game. And you coming in under Eminem, where everybody else, all his fans is gonna, check you out or whatever. But if you come into the game and you just really, really getting it from the mud, man, it's very, very difficult to move. That's what I'm finding in this YouTube game. Like, if you go back a year ago, right? I was getting so many more views. About a year ago, I know I was getting probably within the first 3 hours, first 4 hours, I'll be at 1,000 views. Now it's taking me 2 days to get to 1,000 views. A day and a half, 2 days sometimes. And so a lot of times when we think that, oh, what's good, James? James McIlvain is in the building. My dog, James McIlvain, is definitely in the building. But congratulations, James. I just put you down as a moderator, man. You see anybody getting silly, X their ass out of here. I'm waiting for April to jump online. She's one of the moderators just as well. I'm gonna put her down. But like I was saying last year, man, I was getting so many more views, and it's so easy to get discouraged. You know, you look up and it's like, man, what am I doing wrong? What am I? But that's just the nature of the business. I guess it's just YouTube or whatever. So you have to definitely figure out ways to reinvent yourself. Trying to make sure James sees that. James, my dog, you gonna be my moderator tonight? So we can't be ruined by these fools that don't got anything else to do. What's up? What's up, Jason V 2323? Appreciate you stopping by. Just did a pop-up live. I'm gonna start going live more. I have been going live more, actually. So, you know what I'm saying? I need to reacquaint myself or get acquainted with the people, man. I definitely appreciate you stopping by. My dude Kens deserves way more views than he gets. Yeah, that's what I was just speaking about. Like last year, you and I have talked about this over the phone. I was getting so many more views to the point to where I'm like, am I shadow banned? And I know everybody thinks that they're shadow banned. Because when those views they slow down, it's like, well, what happened? Where did they go? When you get shadow banned, it's not like you get a notice or anything of the such. But I know that my views have gone way down. So if the views have gone down, you know the money has gone way down. And I never jumped on YouTube for the money anyway. My first year that I was on YouTube, I didn't make a dime. So, you know, I was never on YouTube for the money. But at the same time, it's just like you're trying to navigate and figure things out. Like, okay, how can I potentially get my views back up? I don't cry about it. I just continue to upload. And the people that do support me, the people that do chime in and rock with me or whatever, I'll be forever grateful. But I am about to switch some things up. Like my videos, I do 30 minutes or better. I'm still going to be Mr. 30 minutes or better, but I'm ready to start chopping my videos down. You know what I mean? I might do 4 and 5 minute segments. And most of my videos at this point is going to be part 1, part 2, and maybe part 3. So instead of doing, let's just say, a 36-minute video, I may do 2 videos, you know, with 18 minutes apiece, man. To try to bring in the people that everybody don't like watching long videos, you know. And I was talking to somebody about this today, and I was like, it's interesting that you said that to me, because I was already going in that direction anyway. Everybody don't want to watch 45-minute videos. They may look and see the thumbnail, like, man, this is interesting, but 42 minutes, 39 minutes, nah, I don't got time to watch a video like that. So I'm gonna just start breaking my videos down into parts, part 1 and part 2. It's pretty much gonna be the same. I'm gonna just drop them like back to back. So for the people that do like the long-term content, that's just what it'll be. Do 3 30-minute videos, kids. Man, 3 30-minute videos? Shit, I wish I could. I probably can, but sometimes you have to have material to talk about. People send me stories, and it's very easy to jump online and get a story. But I don't know. It would be interesting. 3 30-minute videos. If I did that per day, see, and a lot of times with this YouTube thing, videos compete against each other. So if I drop a video, let's just say at 11 o'clock in the morning, right? Then I come right back at 3 o'clock in the afternoon and drop another video. That video that I dropped at 3 o'clock is going to be competing with the video that I dropped at 11. Then I come back at 7 in the evening and drop another. So I have 3 videos and they're all in competition, and it's crazy the way that it works. But you know what, though? I might just do it anyway. Who cares if they competing with each other? Just put them out there, man. You know what I mean? Jason, just change it up. Do your 30-minute videos, but then drop some shorts in between. Yep. Pretty much. That's what I'm going to do. See, the thing about life, you know what I mean? This is pure brain. The thing about life is this. You know, whether you're a business owner, whatever the case may be, things will be going so well for you. And you thinking, man, this is easy. I can do this forever. It's kind of like gambling. You get on a little streak and you winning all this money, and it's like, man, I can do this forever. This is very, very simple. And then that time comes to where there's a barrier in the road and you're not able to bring in that type of money, or you're not having that same success that you thought came so easily. So you got to be willing to have the ability to reinvent yourself, change it up, stay ahead of the curve. So that's all I'm going to be doing. You know, Jason, I thought about getting back to my shorts. The thing about shorts is this, and I learned, and I'm not acting as though I know everything, because I definitely don't. But I'm going to tell you why I pretty much stay away from shorts. And that wouldn't be a bad idea. When I first started the channel, I was getting so many subscribers from my shorts. I was dropping, I don't know, 2, 3, 4 shorts every single day, and my subscribers were going way up. But what I found was, and I give people this advice that ask me about YouTube and they ask me about shorts, it's just my personal opinion to stay away from shorts for the most part. Yeah, it's going to get your subscribers up, but the subscribers are not going to come back and watch your long-term videos. And so at one point when I was struggling to get my 4,000 watched hours, because you have to have just you have to have 4,000 watched hours. You know what I mean? 4,000 watched hours. It's not a lot, but it could be somewhat overwhelming. Nobody was coming back to watch my long-term videos, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, I got 3,400. I have 3,400 subscribers, but yet I can't get any watched hours. I got to looking at the analytics or whatever. Nobody was watching the long term. People watch shorts because they want to see shorts. They don't want to see 20-minute videos, 30-minute videos or whatever. So I got with Dante Show Network, and he got to looking at my numbers, my analytics or whatever. And he was like, bro, stay away from shorts. I don't want you to do a short for at least 6 months. It was hard to do because I was doing shorts every single day. I left the shorts alone, and that's when my channel just really, like, it just took off. So that's my thing on shorts or whatever. I might do a couple here and there or whatever, like you said, just hyping the video up. But I don't know, they didn't tend to work out for me too well. I asked this question earlier, but it was before it was only a few people online. What do y'all think about that beat down that Joseph Hunter put on those 2 female correctional officers? Most people have seen it. The video is like viral times 1,000. Most people have seen that video. What up, Kens? Hope all is well with you. What up, Steven? Steven on the water, 6070, my dog. You always seems to catch my lives, man. I appreciate you, man. You know what I mean? Ed K exposes truth. What did you do after you stopped shorts to get your hours on? Well, let me tell you, that's another thing. When I was doing all of those shorts, I wasn't even aware that those shorts weren't counting towards my watched hours. So I got to I was so far behind in watched hours. I was like, I'm never gonna get to 4,000 watched hours. I think I had maybe 500, and I was like, man, I never wanted to give up because I liked doing what I was doing. But pretty much to answer your question, at K Exposes Truth, I just started dropping 30 minutes or better. Literally, all my videos, I said, okay, I done wasted the first 5 months. I was doing pretty much all shorts. Every once in a while, I throw a 15-minute video in there, a 12-minute video. But after that, it was 30 minutes or better. Every video that I did, it was 30 minutes or better. I started dropping videos every single day. I didn't worry about editing. I didn't worry about my thumbnails were terrible. I'm getting better on my thumbnails. I just dropped content every day. I wasn't going live. I should have been. But that's long. Geez, that's long. I need my hours. How many hours do you have and how many subscribers do you have? Yeah, like I said, I just started dropping videos every single day, and my hours started going up. Next thing you know, I was at 1,000 hours, but I was still like, man, I'm still 3,000 hours behind. You know what I mean? I looked up and I had 1,200, then I had 1,500. Then once I got to 2,000 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm halfway there. You know what I'm saying? I'm halfway there, and I just kept going, and it took me about 8 months to get monetized. It took me 8 months to get monetized. But had I not been doing shorts in the beginning and started right off doing the long content, I probably would have been monetized in 4 months, 5 months, maybe soon. I don't know. I just like to tell people that stay away from them shorts. You saw Kens in the county getting clowned by a queen. Is that right? You set the stage in your shorts and keep them hyping your long videos. I think that may work, but I could be wrong. No, I think it's an actual, that's a good idea. And see, I was doing my shorts totally different, Jason, so it's probably a great idea. I was just kind of using my personality. Like, I'd be doing shorts, and I didn't even have a long-term video. I would just get on there and just say something to garner the interest of people or whatever. 30 seconds, 40 seconds, or whatever. I didn't even have a video for it. So you're actually right. I'm gonna try that. I'm gonna definitely try that, man. Just hyping the video that I'm gonna come with or whatever. We're gonna do a Q&A, so feel free to ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. I see what you did. Thanks for the info. No problem. I'm about to start another YouTube channel, actually, and it's gonna be pretty much talking about how I got my YouTube channel monetized, and the mistakes that I made and the things that I've learned, along the way. I tell people also, I'll say this real quick, don't even worry about editing and all that stuff. It takes too long. In the very beginning, you're just trying to get your name out there. Don't spend 2-3 hours editing a video that may get 40 views. If that, in the beginning, because in the beginning it's gonna be one of those things where it's not gonna be easy. Some people's channel just takes off, but for the most part, they don't. James is silly, man. But y'all didn't answer my question. Did y'all see this Joseph Hunter dude? Nobody seen what Joseph Hunter did? Y'all gonna have to go check it out and get back with me, because I did want to talk about that for a second. This dude, man, he beat the brakes. He beat the brakes off of 2 female correctional officers, man. And a lot of people say she had it coming. She sprayed him with the mace for no reason. But I don't know. I'm gonna give you all a opportunity to check it out. Paparazzo, what's good? Glad you could join us. I didn't see it. I have to check it out. Definitely check it out, man. Dude's name is Joseph Hunter. Or you can go on my channel. I dropped that video, I want to say yesterday. It was either yesterday or the day before. You'll be able to tell by the title. And in the very beginning of the video, I played the whole video. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. I don't want to say too much about it since nobody seems to have seen the video. But y'all check it out. Plus, I got a video playing right now. I uploaded it a couple hours ago. So whenever y'all jump off the live, y'all go check my video out, man. Jason V says everybody can hype Ken's videos, which helps out the algorithms. Yeah. See, engagement plays a big role. Engagement plays a big role. So even if you say, Ken's, you suck, you know, hopefully you don't think that way, but, you know, you like it, you heart it, you comment, you share it, you hype it. That helps in the algorithm. So I definitely appreciate it. Paparazzo, I watched it. So what do you think about it? What do you think about that video, man? Do you feel as though the woman deserved to be stomped out like that? And again, I'm not an advocate for hitting women, man. But for you all that haven't seen the video, he was asking to see a white shirt, which is, you know, a sergeant or a lieutenant, somebody higher than her. And so she refused to do so, and then she got to disrespecting him and cussing him. And this dude had 32 years. He had a murder charge. It was like manslaughter and robbery or whatever. He's serving a 32-year sentence in Ohio. I don't even think they have parole in Ohio. Shout out to Ohio. But I know you do the majority of your time in Ohio. Paparazzo said he wanted to talk to a white shirt. Yeah, he wanted to talk to a white shirt. She refused to go and get the white shirt. Why do you want to talk to a white shirt? Because I can, ma'am. That's my right. You woke me up out of my sleep and shook me down for no reason. She got mad because he was going over her head. Very, very disrespectful. Well, she was disrespectful. He was very respectful. He didn't cuss at her. He didn't yell at her. He didn't get close to her. He was not remotely a threat to her. Once she started cussing at him, he's like, ma'am, please don't do that. Please. Please don't cuss at me, ma'am. You don't even have to do this. This dude's a killer. You talking to a real killer right here. She tells him to walk away. Wow, ma'am, I'm nowhere even near you. Walk the F away, or whatever she said. Then she tells him, cuff up. Put your hands behind your back. For what, ma'am? I didn't do anything, ma'am. I just wanted to talk to a white. Put your effing hands behind your back. But, ma'am, I didn't do anything. Next thing you know, she sprays him with mace. No reason. Had no reason. After that, y'all got to watch the video, man. But just know that she severely got stomped. And you're right, Paparazzi. He was calm until she sprayed him. Because she didn't even have a reason to do so. Who else is in the bill? Yeah, you saw that, man. Yeah, Anthony Wright, 4340. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Have I ever been to Jacksonville? No, I've never been to Jacksonville, but I'm sure that I'll get there. I'm sure that I'll get there. Caught you live and late. Absolutely. Lynetta Brazil. Is it Brazil? Brazil, my bad. 5537. What's good with you? So I reached out to I found out where he was at, because people was hitting me up and they was like, Ken's, man, we want to send dude some money, man. How can we reach him or whatever? So I went through and found out where he was at. So my cash app's $KENZ 1000. $KENZ as in zebra 1000. A couple people sent me a couple dollars, and I reached out to him and I sent it to him. He don't even know me. And I sent a message telling him who I was, telling him that, you know, I saw the video. But he's in Ohio State Penitentiary. Maximum security. 23-hour lockdown. So he told me, said, bro, as soon as I can get out of this situation, as far as have more time on my hands, I'm going to get back with you. Thank you. Appreciate you, whatever. but I don't have much time. Now let me tell you why. Because when I appreciate that, James. Hype me up, y'all. Y'all hype me up. Like the country Brazil. Okay, appreciate that. So when you're in 23 and 1, means you in your cell 23 hours a day, and you get 1 hour out per day for rec. Well, during that rec, you got to take a shower. Anything that you may need to do, maybe it's write a letter, maybe it's get on the phone, get on the tablets or whatever. Everything has to be done within that hour, man. Anthony Dewberry official. What's up, bro? Much support. What's good with you, man? What's good with you? So everything has to be done within that hour. So he only had so long to really respond back to me. But he say as soon as his levels drop to where he gets more time out per day, he's gonna get with me, because I'm trying to do an interview with him, a phone interview. So East Texas in the building. East Texas is in the building. What's good? So yeah, man, that interview's gonna come at some point, but he said I don't know when they're gonna drop my levels though, man, because just imagine, he beat up 2 of their, a lot of those correction officers, they work together. They gonna have each other's backs or whatever. So ain't no telling, man. And they trying to give him so much more time. He's still in court. This whole thing happened last March. Here it is, February, almost a year later, and the video's just now surfacing. So man, I told him I'd do what I can do for him, and he was appreciative for what I sent him. Or well, I didn't send you. I added something to it, but you all sent it, man. $KENZ 1000, man. Only thing you got to put in there is for Joseph Hunter. He's in the Ohio State Penitentiary, maximum security. What y'all think about that? Since nobody's asking questions, I'm gonna ask questions. What y'all think about that Ja Rule situation with Tony Yayo and Uncle Murder? People be asking me questions like when they send my they send questions and stories to my email, realkenstv@yahoo, realkenstv@yahoo. But Funky Town in here too. They ran into each other on the plane or whatever, and it was so-called beef. Really wasn't no real beef or whatever. Wasn't nobody trying to do nothing. Who wants to get kicked off the plane? Then you can't fly no more. So how you gonna get to your, your destinations? What y'all got going on in the chat? What y'all got going on in the chat? I like the interaction though. How do you pronounce that? At Yara Maley? Maley? Hi, handsome. Hello, how you doing? My Wendy Williams voice, how you doing? Appreciate you stopping by. You know what I mean? What y'all want to talk about? I do all the talking. Somebody ask me something. Give me something to talk about. Funky Town. I'm going to have to come to Funky Town, though. That's another place I ain't been to. There's so many places I haven't been to. But I definitely see my way. I definitely talk about women in jail. Could you further elaborate on that? You never talk about women. Because I've never been to a woman's prison. I don't know really too many stories about, people. Y'all got to start sending me stories on women in prison. Have you ever felt bad spirits in those cells? Nah. I ain't never really felt any sort of bad spirits or anything like that. But I have heard people talk about that. I just haven't. I don't know. I never experienced that. Other than the fact that jail just obviously absolutely sucks. That's bad enough. You could talk about prisoners that got out of prison and how they doing on the outside. To be honest, once like prison is just one of those places to where there's so many different people from so many walks of life, so many different areas. Oftentimes, man, you see people, but you may not necessarily know exactly what they're doing on the outside. And most people go back. The recidivism rate is like, I think almost 80%, if not 80%. Most people end up going back to prison because, like, when you come home, it depends on you. That's the main thing. It depends on you. Because when you come home from prison, when you come home from prison, you may have some family support. Then again, you might not have anybody that's trying to be there for you when you come home, which makes things even harder for you, but it definitely can be done. It's hard to get a job. If you come home to nothing, or you don't have a car, and so your mind is like always playing tricks like, man, you know what? I need to get back. I'm seeing all of these other individuals. And they riding this, and they got Jordans on, and they got this, and I'm sitting here looking bummy because that's pretty much how you feel as though you look. So next thing you know, man, you done jump back in. Okay, I'm gonna just get enough to get me a whip. Jump in the game, you get enough, get you a car, get you a little apartment or whatever. Got a little job, probably washing dishes somewhere or working at a factory or something like that, And as time goes on, you want more. The more you see, the more you want. So you jump in it a little bit more. Now you done quit your job, full-fledged, you all the way back in it. And that's usually what happens with a lot of individuals that come home. They go back. I went back a few times, to be honest. Have you seen a warden get physical, fight an inmate? No, I never seen a warden get physical. Because see, the thing about the warden, they're protected. Now you got some wardens, I've seen some wardens, man, they'll just walk the yard. It's not like the movie Shawshank Redemption, or you know what I mean? A lot of people think it's how the wardens are. But nah, you better not touch a warden. But I'm sure that there would be somebody that probably would do so. But I haven't seen anybody ever even remotely attempt to touch a warden. From judge saying we guilty to the bus ride to the prison cell. So in Lexington, this is the way that it works. So you want a full prison walkthrough. Okay. So, Drewski, what up? What's good? So you're in the county jail. Everything starts out with the county jail. Judge gives you your time. You might be out on bond, or you might be in the county jail. Depends. Whenever the judge sentences you to your time, you're going to sit in the county jail for probably it's not really a certain amount of time, but you might be in the county jail for a month. You might be in there for 2 months. Once they send you to the county, they're going to call you at about 3:30 in the morning. They're going to come over the loudspeaker and say, B&B. They're going to say your name, Kens, Johnson, McIlvain, B&B. They're going to say it a couple times because you probably sleep at 3:30 and 4 o'clock in the morning. B&B means, pack it up. You gone. You can right go to the pen. Get all your stuff. A lot of times you're giving stuff away because you can't take that stuff into the Rotary Farm. Rotary Farm is where you're going to go. It's a prison, but the Rotary Farm is where you're going to go prior to going to your permanent place. You're just going to go there to get classified. They're going to do a physical evaluation, mental evaluation. They're going to look at your charges. Everybody's assigned a caseworker. They're going to look at your history, your past or whatever. And they're going to decide at that point Okay. What level inmate you are. Go to the Rotary Farm, you're going to get on the Gray Goose. I forgot about the Gray Goose. The Gray Goose is how you arrive at the Rotary Farm. It's the prison bus. Get off the Gray Goose. They're going to send you in a dorm. It's about 100 people in there. You walk in, especially, it's very, very intimidating, especially people don't know who you are. Yeah, that's him. That's the dude right there. That's the one we seen on TV. A lot of people get, pack it up. Yeah, a lot of people, they get that greedy when they walk in. Killers, man. They're not separating you. You might be in there for, I don't know, drunk driving, or not to say that that's not serious, or in Kentucky, if you get too many driving on suspendeds with no insurance, you go to prison, like after your 4th time. So you might be in there for something minute, and you sleeping right next to a dude that got 150 years. That one TV, 100 people, probably like 3 or 4 phones, one shower that holds maybe 8 people, 8 to 10 people, and it's a small shower. You got probably like 5 toilets, 5 sinks. You use the bathroom. There is no wall separating. So if you sitting on the toilet, it's somebody sitting probably, I don't want to exaggerate, maybe 3.5 feet away from you, 4 feet away from you. You're in there 23 hours a day. One day you'll go to rec in the morning, next day you'll go in the afternoon. You might be at the Rotary Farm for a month at the shortest. Some people's at the Rotary Farm 3 or 4 months. They trying to get to the prison yard, though. It's a lot of violence at the Rotary Farm, too. It's a lot of violence. Just imagine, like, you at the very beginning of a 50-year sentence. Yeah, you probably been in the county jail like 3 years or whatever. But you at the very beginning of a 50-year sentence. You ain't number 22 years old, 23 years old. It's crazy, man. And you're going to sit at the Rotary Farm, like I said. Once you sit there and whenever your number's called, they're going to pack you up again at about 3 o'clock in the morning, and they're going to send you to the pen, whatever penitentiary that they send you to. That's pretty much how it works, man. I like your shades. I appreciate it. These are the love shades, man. You know what I mean? We got to show each other love, so I put the love shades on. Does your time start when you get to prison? No, your time starts. Your time starts in the county jail. They must give you credit for your time. So if you do, let's just say, 2 years in the county jail fighting your case, you get that credit. Yeah, they have to give you that credit. So that's how that works. Ain't nothing wrong with Fleece Johnson. I just talked to Big Lee a couple days ago. Big Lee's his manager over at Hustler Spirit 502. Fleece is alright. I ain't never met Fleece though. We supposed to be, doing some skits or whatever, interview, but he's so busy, like he's getting real live movie roles and they're flying him out to like Texas, and because a lot of the bigger YouTube channels are, some of them in Dallas. Man. So he's been out there a lot or whatever. He was out there messing with Drewski, to be honest. So whenever the time comes, it'll come. You know what I mean? Then why you wanna get to the prison where it's bad? Well, you want to get to prison because you're already in prison. The Rotary Farm is a prison. You see what I'm saying? But there's way more freedom when you get to the actual prison, because at the Rotary Farm you can't have visits. It used to be you had to be there for 60 days before you could have visits. You can't get a haircut until you've been there for like 60 days, but the inmates is cutting hair in the dorms with a razor and a comb. But you just have so many more privileges once you get to an actual prison. You might get to a cell. Rotary Farm's like an army barracks. 100 people is just an open unit. So there's many reasons that you want to get to prison. To me, the county jail is way worse than prison, unless you like in California or Florida, somewhere to where it's really New York, I mean, it's bad prisons everywhere. Don't get me wrong. It's bad prisons here. But it's not heavily populated with gangs. Like, you don't have to join a gang here in the state. When you find yourself in Big Sandy, you're going to be in trouble. Y'all can Google Big Sandy. That's one of the most violent prisons USPs around. You definitely don't want to go to Big Sandy. You don't want to go to no prison. But Big Sandy, it goes down. And you gonna probably have to be a part of somebody. I did a hit and run and had to do 12 years next month. Whoa. I never been to prison before. I did a hit and run and have to do 12 years next month. I don't believe it. I'm sorry, I don't believe it. Who's trolling? Who said they was trolling? But if it is true, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. You know, prison is what you make it. You just go in there, like James said, and just be yourself. Even if it is a troll. There are people that'll see this video and they're in a situation where they are headed to prison or could potentially go to prison. There's just certain things that you don't want to do in there, and I talk about them all the time. The cardinal sins in prison. You don't want to go in there borrowing stuff from people. You don't want to gamble. You don't want to steal. You don't want to mess with somebody's significant other, because people definitely have significant others in prison. So you dead serious, y'all? You had a hit and run? What happened? What happened? For 12 years, somebody lost their life. But yeah, you don't want to mess with somebody's significant other in prison. You just mind your business. Eckler's World. Is that how you pronounce it? Eckler's World. Yo, Kens, you ain't hit me back yet. When did you hit me up? Let me know when you hit me up. I try to hit everybody back that, you know, hollers at me or whatever. Sometimes it gets a little difficult or whatever, but yeah, when you're in prison, man, and it is one of those things. It's gonna be scary when you first go in there. It's gonna be very, very scary, very, very intimidating, especially your first time. Especially if you're not like, a lot of people don't know you, you know, and you go in there and it's just like, I emailed you the other day. Okay, I'm gonna check my email tonight. I'm gonna check my email tonight. Better yet, man, my number's 859-697-7676. 859-697-7676. Ken, you give your number out? Yeah, I do. Y'all my friends, right? I give my number out. I said I was gonna stop, but it's kind of difficult. People be hitting me up too, man. They hit me up, ask me questions. I don't know the answer for everything, but that's my number. I'll still check the email though. I was trying to give y'all opportunity to get back with me and let me know. before I start an actual story. James says he will answer. That's how we met. Yeah, I can't always answer because I do have a regular job and I'm recording my videos and things like that. But I typically, if I don't answer, the first time or whatever, I usually get back or text me or whatever. It's all good. I'm just a regular person. I ain't shit. I'm just a regular individual. This is on YouTube. I understand. I appreciate you stopping by, Miss Brazil. See you on the flip side. I definitely understand. I'll be coming on live late, so I definitely understand. Appreciate it. Y'all make sure y'all check my video out though that I uploaded a few hours ago. You can't watch it tonight. Be there for you in the morning when you get up. You know what I mean? Lynetta Brazil has left the building. But yeah, man, this whole prison thing is like it's like a nightmare, man. Like when you know that you have to go in and do some time, it's like, oh my God, man. Like every day that you wake up. My last time that I went to prison in 2000 and when did I go to prison? That's a damn shame. I can't even remember. I think 2016 was my last time going to prison. And I knew that I was going, but I kept telling myself that somehow, somewhere, I can probably beat this. But Ken's, how can you beat it? If I go to trial, they were going to file, actually they did file it a little bit before I was scheduled to go to trial. About a week or so before I was scheduled to go to trial. They filed what's called a 404B. Prior bad acts. Meaning that even if I didn't get on the stands at the trial, because see, my case was just a misdemeanor. It wasn't even a misdemeanor. But they made it a misdemeanor. And then they did what's called, they aggregated it to where they said, okay, he's done this so many times, we can make it a felony. That's like if you get 3 DUIs within, I don't know, a 2-year period, a 3-year period, whatever it is. They can aggregate all of those DUIs and say, you know what, or driving on suspendeds or whatever. We can aggregate these charges and make it a felony. Well, that's what they did with me. I ain't do nothing but overdraw my bank account. That's all I did. Like literally, but what they did, I did it a few times. So what they did was, the detective hated my guts. I can't stand his guts either. Somehow he talked the DA into charging me. Originally, it was just a misdemeanor. I go see my PO, brand new PO. And when I go in, I was supposed to be there in the morning, but I think I had to work or something, so I called her. I said, anyway, can I get there to like 4:30, 4:45? She's like, yeah, sure. Just as nice to me as she could be. I get there, they greet you at the door. You got to take everything out of your pockets. You hold your hands to the side and they wind you down or whatever with the metal detector. I go all the way back. Repeat offender. Habitual offender, yeah. They take me back to the back or whatever. Right when I walk in the room, I'm about to sit down. I didn't even see this big. It was a cop standing over in the corner like a PO. He's like, ain't no sense of even sitting down. Go on, stand up or stay standing up. Put your hands behind your back. I didn't even know what was going on. I'm like, damn, I ain't even done nothing. Mind you, this whole situation with the bank had happened like 5 months prior. It's happening like November. This was April. I didn't even know why nobody knew anything at first. We was on the way to the jail. Finally, my PO tells me what I'm charged with. I'm like, what? Fraud? What? I ain't did no fraud. But she tells me that it's a misdemeanor. She's like, I ain't even gonna violate you over no misdemeanor. I'm like, cool, man. I ain't even tripping. I get to the jail, call my girl, whatever. She's like, in jail? I'm like, yeah. So I'm telling them to come and get me. They coming to get me. My bond's like $500, something like that, something small. When they were coming to get me, I'm sitting there and I'm waiting. I'm like, man, y'all ever had that feeling? Hopefully you haven't, but like when you waiting on somebody to bond you out, you just sitting there and sitting. I know by now. Call my girl, whatever. I ain't had no money on the phone because I had just gotten arrested. You have to have a PIN number for one thing. You have to have a PIN number to make a phone call once they send you up to the unit. You don't get your PIN number till the next day. Then people have to add money on the phone. So my cousin was in there. He gave me a call, whatever. So I'm talking to her, and she's like, they said that it's a felony. I'm like, nah, they got that wrong. This is a misdemeanor. I'm like, nah, they said it's a felony, and your bond is like $5,000. I'm like, ain't no way my bond is $500. What are you talking about? Call back down here and see. She calls back or whatever. I call her back. No, they said that the bond is $5,000. I go to court the next day. They done bumped my charges up to a felony. I'm like, man, for overdrawing my account, and I had already paid it back. No, I hadn't paid it back at that point. So I end up making bond or whatever. I paid the amount back. It was like $800. Paid the whole $800 back. My lawyer, he's telling the prosecutor, we in the room. It's me, the lawyer, my lawyer, the prosecutor, and the detective. My lawyer's like, come on, man. Whatever the prosecutor's name was. This is ridiculous. Like, I mean, this is utterly ridiculous. Y'all charging this man, trying to send him to prison. Overdrawing his bank account, something that people do every day. So they get to talking back and forth for what it's called a pretrial conference. So at a pretrial conference, that's how they do it in Fayette County. You people are always in jail. Yeah, pretty much right, buddy. Out of here. So they call it a pretrial conference in which you're going to be in there with the prosecutor and your lawyer. Well, if Mr. whatever the detective's name, if he agrees to let this go back down to a misdemeanor, then we can keep it at a misdemeanor. I knew he wasn't going to do that. This dude hated my guts, as I've already mentioned. 7-8 months goes past. 9-10 months goes past. I'm like, nah, man, I'm going to trial, man. I can't take this. They was offering me like 2 years. Problem is, I was already on parole. So if I take the 2 years, it automatically violates my parole. As I already mentioned, it gets closer and closer to going to trial, man. Things just wasn't right. The young lady I was with at the time, she was having a whole lot of medical problems. I can't leave her like this, man. I'm telling my lawyer, I can't leave her like this. Two months, a month, 3 weeks, 2 weeks. I'm not even one of those individuals that has a hard time sleeping at night. But my nights became, it was just, I couldn't even sleep. Knowing that when I walked in on that court date a couple weeks later, I'm not walking out for at least, I had a whole lot of backup time. See, when you got a whole lot of backup time, the parole board can play with you. They can give you whatever they want to give you. I still had probably 6 or 7 years left on my sentence to finish. Plus, you all giving me an additional 2 years. I didn't know how much time I was going to end up doing. Tell my lawyer, nah, man, forget this, man. Let's just go to trial with it. That's what I was talking about when I said the 404B. Everything that they've ever charged you with, they can bring up. Because it's the exact same charge. So it's absent of mistake. This couldn't have been a mistake. This is your MO. But jury sees everything that you ever, even things that have been dismissed. I've been charged with 3 state RICOs, which is a criminal syndicate, organized crime. 5 or more people. engaging in illegal criminal activity for a continuous amount of time. Now, all of my stuff was white collar. Like, I'm not on here saying I was robbing people, and I don't think it's nothing to brag about anyway. I wasn't no big time kingpin, and nothing. All my stuff was like counterfeiting and, just manufacturing, checks and credit cards, and I would sell them. Like, I wasn't out writing checks. And a lot of people, they don't know. Man, you writing checks? No. I found a way to print credit cards. I found a way to print money orders. I found a way to print payroll checks. And I would sell them to people. And that's how I ended up getting caught up. If I go to trial and the jury sees man, they gonna kill me. The most that they could give me was 20. They offered me 2 years. I'm still trying to bluff. I said, man, I'm going to still go to trial anyway because I had paid the money off. Maybe a jury will show me some love, some empathy. Why are we even here? This guy, over $800 has been paid off. The whole $800 had been paid off. That's what I was leaning on going to trial. Got closer and closer to the time to go to trial. I seen that they probably wasn't going to dismiss it and knock it back down to a misdemeanor. I had already told them, look, man, I do 12 months in the county, and that's terrible time. I'll do 12 months in the county if you all knock it back down to a misdemeanor. They wouldn't do it. The day that it came to take the plea deal, I went on and took the 2 years reluctantly. When I took the 2 years, the judge, I never will forget, Judge Ishmael. It was my 3rd time having this dude, man. Pause. Double pause. Matter of fact, let's rewind that. Even on a live, we can rewind. This is the 3rd time he was my judge in the courtroom. You got like 5 or 6 other judges, and I kept getting this same judge that clearly didn't like me. Same way the detective didn't like me. When you take your plea deal in Fayette County, you usually take your plea deal, and then they allow you to stay out for like 30 days. Get your affairs in order or whatever. And so it's like, oh man, I'm telling my lawyer, I'm like, bro, dude's gonna lock me up, man. This is when I took my plea deal now. I'm not talking about like my final sentencing. This is when I took my plea deal. He's like, man, he never locks people up, man. Calm down, man. Relax. I am relaxed. But I'm telling you, from last time, the dude locked me up. The last time I had a case, it was a week before Christmas. I took the plea deal. I'm thinking I'm gonna be able to stay out Christmas, New Year's. Man, dude locked me straight up, man. I ain't never missed court, never been late to court, never caused a problem. When I was out on bond, I was out on a $25,000 full cash bond. Dude locked me up. This particular instance, I'm telling him, I'm like, bro, he gonna probably lock me up, man. I don't shoplift. So, and if you were referring to me. And so, my lawyer's like, man, I'm gonna talk to him, man, you good, man. So I go in the courtroom, it's quiet, he's looking over my case or whatever. He's like, Mr. Kens, I really think that you got a great deal. Damn shame what you did to those people. Like, I'd call something like I was a part of it, but I mean, it was paid back. What are you talking about? Courtroom is quiet, man. When I say the courtroom is quiet, it's like, if you can just imagine, this man has whatever he decides is going to happen. He could say, okay, take him into custody, or I'm going to let you stay out for another 30 days. He's going over my record or whatever. Like I said, all my stuff ain't nothing violent about me or whatever. It's quiet, nobody says. My lawyer, he's spitting like a Uzi at first. He's, Mr. Kens has done this, he's done that, he's been working, It was though he ran out of words to say. quiet, man. I'm talking about, man, you know how people say you could hear a pin drop? I'm sitting there. My lawyer's kind of looking at me like, man, you wasn't lying. He gonna take me into custody. My girl's getting ready to move. I have to be out there to help her move. She had very, very bad migraines at the time, and she went in to get a spinal tap. And they had done it wrong because at this hospital, University of Kentucky, they had let the students do it. There's a doctor there that's monitoring, but you know, the students that are in medical school, whatever, and they had done it wrong. It was so bad to where she couldn't even lift her head up. Like literally couldn't lift her head up. She had lost her job. She hadn't lost a job at that point, but she was out on what's it called, short-term disability. Money wasn't coming in because every time she was sending the forms, it would always be something missing, or a doctor would forget to sign one line or whatever. So it was a very, very stressful time. And here I am about to go to prison. Couldn't even be out there to be the rock, the you know, the foundation that I'm supposed to be. It seemed as though 3 minutes passed by at least. Nothing said. The judge just looking at my record, my history. He's turning page after page after page. I'm definitely going in today. I'm going to prison today. Tell you what, Mr. Kins. Go against my better judgment. That's what he said. I'm going to go against my better judgment and let you stay out. But I will warn you, and he got stern. I will warn you. He took his glasses down like this. His glasses already was like this anyway. But I will warn you that if you don't show back up on this date, it was like 4 weeks later, you will get caught. And when we get you, this whole thing is going to start all over because this plea deal will be off the table. I will personally see to it. And we're going to hit you with bail jumping. Get 10 years on bail jumping. I highly advise you to come back to court. We leave the courtroom. We get outside the courtroom. A lawyer's like, man, that judge, like, what is his problem with you? I'm like, bro, I don't know what his problem is. I get to see life for another 28 days. Man, that 28 days flew by so fast. And when I was seeing everything that was going on, like I said, with just life in general and my girl at the time or whatever, I thought about going on a run. I ain't even gonna lie. Where am I going? Where will I go? It's not like TV to where you can just go somewhere they're not gonna find you. I'm gonna just give myself another 10 years. Wasn't ready to go in yet. Now, who's ready to go to jail? But right at that particular time, it was just a little bit before Thanksgiving at this time. Debated the entire night. I didn't even know if I was going. I said, man, y'all my friends, so I can share something with you. I'm not a crier. I'm not a guy that naturally just cries. Like, I don't even know if I cried maybe one time in prison, man. I'm gonna tell y'all about that next, man. She was sitting in the living room. I was in the bedroom. This was maybe the day before. And when I walked in, I just seen her. And she's sitting there and she's trying to be strong. Our relationship wasn't the best at the time anyway. It was just one of those things to where you ever been with somebody, and this is not a bad thing. You see what I'm saying? It's not a bad thing, but if you ever been with somebody and it's not really working out, but you just don't leave because of how the circumstances are, and a lot of the circumstances are that way because of you. I couldn't just walk out the door. And so I walk into the living room and I sit down beside her, and then tears just start streaming down my face. Because there was nothing that I could do about this situation. I was in a lose-lose situation. And throughout all that she was going through, money-wise, having to move, health-wise, she tells me that it's gonna be okay, man. It's gonna be all right, man. She was strong for me at that particular time. Go on in and do what you gotta do. I was gonna jump in a SAP class, substance abuse program. Quickest way to get home when you go to prison in Kentucky. I don't even smoke weed. I don't have a substance abuse problem. But I was going to tell them that I had one to get into the SAP program because I had been denied previously. If I jump in the SAP program, I could potentially be home in about 12 months. That was my thinking. SAP program, 6 months. Next day, my partner came, picked me up, him and his wife. Just stop by this store real quick. Grabbed me 2 cans of Bud Ice, the 22 ounce Bud Ice. Now, from where we lived at to the courthouse, it probably took us like 15 minutes. I'm like, man, slow down, man. Y'all driving awfully fast. I ain't in no rush to get to the courthouse. I smashed the Bud Ices. I go in there and I get locked up. Hoping to come home, like I said, in 12 months. I got into the SAP program immediately. I didn't realize that they had a SAP program in the county jail. I got locked up right before Thanksgiving, probably a little bit before Christmas. I'm in a SAP program. Oh man, I got a chance of going home quicker than what I had anticipated. I'm in a SAP program. Started in December. I see the parole board. I'm eligible for parole in February because on a 2-year sentence you only got to do like 5 months. I had already done some time. I forgot, but I know that I was eligible for parole soon. Got to do 5 months, but okay. So in Kentucky you go for parole 2 months early. So technically on a 2-year sentence you got to do 5 months, but I only had to do 3 months because they take you up 2 months early. So I'm in the middle of SAP program. I'm thinking that they're probably gonna be like, we're going to give you parole upon completion of SAP. You complete SAP, you go home. I go up in February, 2 months in the SAP program. I'm participating. I'm doing everything. I'm really trying to make a change about myself. I get my paperwork in the morning. They call me, Kens. They call me down to the CO's desk. They give me the piece of paper. It's folded over. I didn't even know that it was my parole decision. I look at it. Hated SAP. Every day you got to participate. You got to, you have to be candid. Hated it. I'm only 2 months in. Every day just miserable. Open the paper up. They got it highlighted, a yellow highlighter. 18-month deferment. 18 months? 18-month deferment, meaning you're not going home for a minimum of 18 months. I was highly disappointed. I'm thinking to myself, I'm in the SAP program. Okay, even if they didn't give me parole upon completion of SAP, maybe I could see 12 months. 18 months? I wanted to quit SAP that day. Went on, stayed in, finished it up. I'm doing my time, and lo and behold, it's time for me to go up for parole. I do the 18 months. knock it out like a champ. It's time for me to go for parole. I probably have, I think I'm going up for parole in like August. It's something like it. And the following August, my dumb ass gets in a fight. Right before I go up for parole, my dumb ass gets in a fight. I'm like, oh my God. I beat the dude up, but I ain't even rough him up because I didn't want him to have no, cuts or anything like that on his face or whatever. They called me up to security a few days later. I didn't know exactly what it was, but I knew it was something. Okay, either it was the fight or Miss Miller, because I had gotten transferred at this point. I was in Frankfurt, which is the state capital. Miss Miller said that if she caught us playing poker, she's going to send us to prison. She knew I ain't care. I'd rather been in prison anyway, opposed to being in one of them little jails. They called me up to the front. They tell me to go sit in this little room over. Damn. So I'm sitting in the room for probably like 5 minutes. Then this lady comes in that I never even seen before. She got all these gold bars on her or whatever. She was like, your sister called up here on Thursday. Now, this is like Monday. So your sister called up here on Thursday, and I'm sorry to inform you, but when she said that, my whole world just stopped. Sorry to inform you, but she's like, your father's passed away. I'm like, what? She's like, your father's passed away. I'm the third. Got the exact same name as my grandfather and my dad. My grandfather passed away in 2013. Guess where I was at? In prison. My pops passed away. What? Oh, whoa! What happened? I don't know. I have to get on the phone and call whatever. Nobody really knows. He lives in Cincinnati. Nobody really knows what happened. So I'm just sitting in there like. Get on the phone with my mom. She's trying to find out all the information that she can find out. And he had gotten sick, but he went to the hospital and he came home and everybody thought that it was, it wasn't nothing major or whatever. But they told me that my father had passed away, and that was like, do you need to go to the hole? Basically, they said, do you need to be alone? Let's go to the hole. Couple days or whatever, be by yourself. Like, nah, I don't need to. I don't want that. I'm just really, really trying to soak in this whole scenario because I'm like, my dad was number 60 something. I understand that death has no age, but I could not figure out what the issue was. A couple days after that, called me back up to security. Packed me up, take me over to the lockdown side. Miss Miller had seen the footage from me and dude getting a fight or whatever. Shipped me to the Rotary Farm. Right before I was going to go for parole, man. I go for parole in Kentucky. You don't see the parole board unless you have a violent charge or something like that. They just review your file. So they reviewing my file and see that this fool done got in a fight right before it's time for him to go for parole. They gave me another 9 months. Wasn't too bad, but I had my heart set on going home. They gave me another 9 months, and I ended up doing total. I ended up doing 30 months, and I came home, and I never been back since. This was in 2016, I think. I did 30 months, and I never went back. I just made up in my mind. I said, you know what? I've lost too many people being incarcerated. My mother has like 9 or 10 siblings. Lost a couple of them the last go around. She lost 2 of her sisters within 3 or 4 months or whatever. Grandparents, friends. I'm like, I can't imagine being incarcerated and I get a call that something has happened to your child or your mother, or your father's hard enough, but your mother, that's something totally different. I came home and I was determined. I said, man, this time no more. No more. I'm not doing it no more. Got me a job at Burger King. It's the only place that would hire me because I didn't even have an ID. I didn't have an ID at the time. I got me a job at Burger King and got me a second little job washing dishes somewhere, like a little cafe. Stayed at home, saved my money, learned about credit. Eventually got my credit score up to like 730, 740. And that's just pretty much how I did it. Like I just stayed away from trying to get money just like that. Because it only leads you to prison. When you think that you can just come up overnight like that, and you going to prison, man, or you going to the grave, one of the two. That's just me personally. That's just my personal experience with prison and how I ended up staying out of prison. And what's so crazy is that a lot of times you got people that are out here and they're doing dirt, and this is no knock on anybody or trying to judge anybody, because I'm no judge. Who am I to judge somebody? I struck out 4 times. Tried myself. I tried the game 4 times and struck out every time. You got people that'll say, they'll try to convince you, man, I'm doing good out, man. I was doing good. But you weren't doing good. Just because you stayed out for 2 years, 3 years, or whatever, you were still doing the exact same thing, just in a different way. And the people finally caught up with you and it's, man, I was doing good, man. No, you're doing good when you totally leave whatever lifestyle that led you to prison. When you totally abandon that lifestyle, that's when you're doing good. I know that there's peer pressure there. But trust me, even now, I see people and they have stuff. My eyes still work. I see people and they have the big cars. They got the big jewelry. I'm older now, so a lot of those things don't mean as much to me as they once did. But I still see. Mr. 30 Minutes or Better was good. I still see, but I never get tempted to return to that lifestyle. Because I know where it's going to lead me to. And I have no interest in going back to prison. Man, y'all ask me some questions, man. I've been talking for a minute. Ask me whatever y'all want to ask me. I have no interest in going back to prison whatsoever. There's no amount of money that I'm willing to risk my freedom for. I get caught up in the wrong situation. Feds mess around, pick up my case. Career criminal. Man, it's over. It's a wrap. I'm done. So there's no amount of money. I'll just do what I do the legal way. At some point, this YouTube channel is going to blow up for me. I'm going to start going back to the jails. Got to get a couple things in order first. It's probably going to take me another 4 months, 5 months or so before I'm able to do that. You got to wait a certain amount of time. Go in there and get to talking to the inmates, to the kids. And eventually I'm hoping to get into public speaking. to where I can go wherever, and they bring me in, fly me in or whatever. I drive certain places or whatever, and I talk to the people and give my story, and just let people know that despite it's gonna be difficult for me every day, but you can definitely change your situation. You don't have to uh, always go to prison. You can stay out here. You definitely can. Does going to a new pod and or transfer feel like you're starting back to day one in prison? Yeah. Yeah. And I'm gonna tell you. So Christmas, the last Christmas that I spent incarcerated, I had to think about it. I'm in a dorm. It's a dorm setting. It's about 50 people in a dorm. So we in the dorm, and they got like cubes. When you walk in the cube, you got 2 beds on this side, one on the bottom, one on top. 2 beds on this side, same way, one on the bottom, one on top. You got your locker right in front of 2 lockers in front of the bed on both sides. Then you have a table with a chair. 4 people live in that cube, and there's walls separating the cubes, probably about waist high. And so I'm in this cube, man, and I'm in there. It's me. I'm on the top bunk. My partner, I forgot his name. I met him in there, but cool dude. Then on the other side, there's somebody up top. He's cool. And then Tay was on the bottom. My dog Tay, Dante from Louisville. Shout out to Dante. Cool look, man. We was straight. And so it was about to be Christmas. It was about a week before Christmas. So we started buying all the stuff. We gonna have a spread. Commissary in prison, you can pretty much buy anything in there that you buy out here on the streets. I mean, not literally anything. You can't go to the commissary window and get a turkey or nothing like that. But I'm saying anything that's in the can, or you buy the banquet chicken. They got canned ham. It's all type of stuff. And man, there's some great cooks in prison. You would be surprised. I think I was buying like the Bush's baked beans. I bought like 3 or 4 cans, couple boxes of the shells and cheese, macaroni and cheese. I think I had a ham. I had bought a bunch of stuff or whatever, because we was all gonna eat. A few days before Christmas, they called me to the caseworker calls me into the office. Calls me to the office. He was like, Mr. Kens, I need you to pack your stuff up. Pack my stuff up. I ain't doing nothing illegal. I ain't got in no trouble or nothing. I'm about to go for parole in 4 months? I think 4 months. Because I went up for parole in June. But you go up 2 months early, so I was going up in April. I'm like, man, what? Pack my stuff up. You've been transferred to another dorm. I'm like, what? Transferred to another dorm? So I'm like, man, I'm sick. I'm talking about they sending me to the dorm to where the dog's at. They had a dog program to where you get a dog or whatever, and you train that dog. Now the thing about it, they weren't sending me to the dog program, but they had inmates that was in this dorm. I'm like, look, man, I'm scared of dogs, man. I'm terrified of dogs, man. Please. Well, I wasn't like, please, but don't send me over here, man. I'm afraid of dogs, man. Dude wasn't trying to hear it, man. So they sent me over there. They probably had maybe 50 people over in that dorm. I knew people over there, but I ain't really rock with them like that. I ain't had no problem with them, but the people that I kicked it with and hung with or whatever, they was all in the dorm that I was in. You feel me? Had to spend Christmas over there. Didn't even really get to eat my meal or whatever. And I was sick about that, man. I was sick about that. So, to answer your question, yeah, it did feel like starting over. Because you get over there and you don't really know nobody over there, and things are different over there. And I'm used to how things were where I was at. You see what I'm saying? I played my role though, man. I signed up to see the psych doctor. I get in there. This was probably like a week later, week and a half later. It's New Year's now. Matter of fact, it's probably 2 weeks later, because it was after New Year's. I'm sitting in there and I'm talking to her. I'm telling her how I got attacked as a kid by a pit bull, and how just the sight of a dog, man, just makes me tremble. So I'm talking to her, and I'm being as serious as I can possibly be. And I had her laugh, and I wasn't even trying to make her laugh. I was like, I don't know what to do on TV. They lay on the couch. You want me to lay back on the couch and put my hands behind my head? And she laughing hysterically. I'm dead serious. I'm thinking you talking to the shrink. You got to lay back like this. I tell her my story about how petrified I was, terrified or whatever. And that same day, they moved me back to the dorm. They moved me back to the other dorm. But it didn't really look right, because when they moved me back to the dorm, the dude that slept underneath me, paused the bed underneath my bed. They moved him. They swapped us out. So they moved him over there and moved me back. And everybody's looking like, bro, what? And it did look weird, man. I'm like, man, I don't know, man. I mean, you know, wasn't no problems. And I'm like, man, look, I went to the shrink. That's what they said. They moved me. They moved him over there and moved me back. But it definitely was different, man, when you go to a new pod. And there's some places like these jails, what they'll do is they keep you in rotation. Especially like when I was in the SAP program, because we ended up going to another county jail, Marion County, because where I was at, the SAP program closed down. So every 30 days, they rotate you. They don't want you to get too comfortable. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's definitely something that's different. What meal you always look forward to, man? You don't really look forward to anything in prison, but if you got to make a choice, pizza, spaghetti, and a salad. That was probably one of the better meals. Chicken patty days was cool. They stopped serving chicken in the Kentucky prisons. You know what I mean? The best of everything is in prison. The best of everything's at home. But as far as in comparison to the county, yeah. Who's in the building? Swag Surfer 813 in the house like kitchen sinks. What's good? What's good with you? What's up, a real Kens? Getting this OT grinding. Cool cat waiting. I understand. Got to get that money, man. Prison ham can't be good. Can't be good, bone. Prison ham can't be good, bone in. Pause, double pause. Triple pause, man. But they stopped serving the chicken in Kentucky prisons because it was just causing too much, man. It's a ruckus on chicken day, man. It's a ruckus. You got inmates working in the kitchen, they stealing chicken. And so by the time if you get to the chow hall late, say the chow hall shuts down at 5:30, 5:40. You one of the last people to come in. You've been working out, you know, they clear count at about 4:30, 4:40. So you got about I don't know, they clear count about 4:30. So you got about an hour to go work out. Go get your workout on or whatever. You come to chow hall, you hungry, man. You ready to eat. Shout out to the truckers dropping those loads. Yeah. Y'all truckers, man, keep dropping them big loads, man. Infinite. So yeah, they steal the chicken out of the kitchen. So here it is, you coming in there, one of the last batch of people to come in there, and they don't have no chicken. What do you mean y'all don't have no chicken? We out of chicken, bro. And now they're gonna give you a sub. You might get a, I don't know what they give you. If they can't just give you anything, you might get a peanut butter sandwich. 9 times out of 10, you're gonna get a bologna sandwich. You might get lucky and have some cheese on it. So one dude, he's like, hold on, bro. He could see in the back, like where the inmates at, right? Dude had a whole thing of wrap of chicken, wrapped it up in the wrap it real tight or whatever. Had a whole wrap of the chicken, man. He sees him hand it off to somebody else. He handed it off to somebody, because see, if you work in the kitchen, you're gonna get pat down or whatever before you leave. So you hand it off to somebody else. They take it to the dorm. They gonna get it into the dorm smooth. You ain't gonna have no problems. Dude didn't get no chicken. He's like, bro, you. So later on in the dorm, the dude is selling the chicken. The dude that stole the chicken out of the kitchen, that passed it off to the dude, he's in there, he's selling the chicken. He's like, bro, I didn't get no chicken earlier because you said there wasn't no more chicken, but you know what I'm saying? You doing this, you stealing the chicken. I'm not trying to knock your hustle. But bro, everybody needs to eat, man. One word led to the next. The next led to the next. And it was a big brawl in there over the chicken, man. Not necessarily saying that was the actual event that made them stop serving chicken. But chicken days used to be the days, man, to where even some of the ballers, you got ballers in prison that don't even go to the chow hall. They eat out of their locker all day long. They got enough money to where everything they need and want, they can buy in commissary. You can spend $125 a week in commissary. You got people that got money, so they'll say, all right, look, man, I'm gonna spend my $125, and then I'm gonna have my people put $125 on your books. You keep $20, $25 for yourself, get you what you want, and then get me the rest. Lunch, or breakfast, lunch, dinner, whenever they want to eat, snacks or whatever, they ain't never got to go to the chow hall. It might be the title to one of my videos, Chicken Wars. Yeah. Goes down. Don't play with that bird. That's what they call it. Don't mess around about that bird, man. Big old piece of chicken quarters. I ain't never really thought it was all that, for real. Be fighting over no food in prison, man. Institutionalized type shit. But it goes down, man. It goes down. I done seen dudes get their whole wig split over a ramen noodle. A ramen noodle. It's crazy. I die for tacos. Yeah, they got tacos in there too. They do the taco days are big too. I forgot about those. The soft taco, the wraps. They do the wraps in there. And then if you got money, you can get the meal of the week. Meal of the week might be pizza, might be chicken strips. Usually the meal of the week is like maybe on a Monday, sometimes a Friday. Sometimes they'll do it twice. Sometimes it's a real burger and fries. Because the burgers, they're not even burgers that they serve you in prison. They're soy burgers. So it's not even actual beef. You know what I mean? You were just talking about that. Yeah, they're not even actual beef. But on the middle of the week, yeah, and I was just talking about that in one of my, I do so many videos, I can't always remember the title. Y'all go check out the video I dropped a few hours ago too, 3 or 4 hours ago. But yeah, they might, you might have tater tots or potato wedges, big old burger with the cheese and, lettuce and tomatoes or whatever. But if you don't have no money, you can't buy those things. People really, really hustle in prison, man, because if you don't have anybody that's sending you money, you got a choice to make. I'm going to do time for an 8-piece barbecue KFC. You got a choice to make. You gonna sit in there and just starve? You only make $26, $27 a month in prison. It's called state pay. You got to go to work every day, well, Monday through Friday. Some people work weekends, depending on what your job is. You might be a janitor. You might work in the kitchen. You might work, a lot of dudes that work in the kitchen, they'll work 7 days a week to make more than $26, $27 a month. If you do that, you might make $40 a month. Rec aid, whatever the situation. Work in the library, pushing people around. You can be a pusher. People that can't walk and they're in wheelchairs or whatever, you push them wherever they need to go. That's a job I was not trying to do. And so your $26 and $27 a month that you make, your state pay, that has to last you an entire month. Prison, they feed you at 5:30, and then you're not going to eat again until about 5:30 in the morning. And so, my bad, y'all. I was just reading this last question. So, I got you. Give me just a second. So, that $26, $27 has to last you. You got to get you some deodorant. They don't give you deodorant. Deodorant's going to hit you for about, if you just get the little roll-on deodorant, I always get the degree. But if you can't afford to buy the degree, you get you the little roll-on deodorant, that's $2. You say, man, I'm going to use the state soap. It don't even lather or anything, but I'm going to use the state soap. Got to get you some toothpaste, because the state toothpaste ain't going to do nothing for you. I'm going to charge you $4 for toothpaste. So now you done bought your toothpaste, you done bought your deodorant. Yeah, $6. All right. You got to communicate with your family, right, people or whatever, so you got to buy you a few stamps. So you buy you about, I don't know, 5 or 6 stamps, that's $3. So you at $9. You love to drink your coffee. Buy you 2 bags of the yellow Keefy coffee. That's going to cost you about $5 total. So now you at what, $14? Maybe even $15, because I think the Keefy coffee is $3 each. $15. Get you a case of noodles. Get you, I think you get like 24. That's gonna be like $12. That's taking your whole state pay. You gotta live and survive off of that state pay for the rest of the month. So you got to get your hustle on. You got people that know how to draw. You got people that wash dishes. They'll come in and be like, hey, I wash all the dishes. You got people that wash clothes. I ain't never seen nobody washing no drawers either. That's TV. I ain't never seen it. I see people washing socks, and because you can buy, when you get there, you can buy t-shirts, sweatsuits, gray sweatsuits, you know, shorts or whatever, and you don't want to send it down to the laundry because it might not come back. So you get you a laundry man. He washes all that stuff up for you, wrings it out, hangs it up or whatever. Got people that'll cook for you. So you got all types of hustles in prison, and you got to hustle, because if you don't, man, that state pay just not gonna do nothing for you. And it's nothing worse either being in a cell with an individual. I was in a cell with a dude one time. Hold on, y'all. Don't go. Y'all entertain each other. Hey, James, carry a conversation for like 2 seconds. Hold on. Don't go nowhere. As my dog Jay Williams says, and we're back. Had to go handle something real quick, y'all. Let me find my sanitizer. Oh, I got some sanitizer in there. Here it is. But yeah, there's nothing worse than being in a dorm and you smelling all that food. I was in a dorm one time. I was in a cell with a dude, big dude, probably about 6 foot. Dark skinned dude, had like a little baby fro, little thin beard or whatever, wore glasses. Dude was about, I don't know, man, big dog. Big dog had to have been, that's what they called him too, big dog. Big dog had to have been pushing 300. They sent me in the cell with dude, man. Dude tells me, he's like, look, man. See, anytime you go in the cell with somebody, it's a very, very intimidating sort of situation. You don't know that person. That person already has the I guess the cell rules or whatever. I get into the cell and, you know, he got his TV set up or whatever. I'm gonna tell you right off top, my dog. That's what he said to me. I'm gonna tell you right off top. You can watch my TV. I ain't tripping on that. Just don't break it. And I don't watch no sports. What type of nigga they got me in the cell with that don't watch no sports? I don't watch no, matter of fact, I don't even got ESPN on my TV because, you know, you can program and deprogram, you know, certain channels. This nigga don't watch ESPN. One particular instance, you got Monday Night Football on. Monday Night Football, I think it was Dallas, my team, the Cowboys, which I ain't really, you know, fooling with them like at this point. But you got the Cowboys, and I think they was playing like the Redskins or something like that, and it was a very, very important game. We watching the game in the day room or whatever, but once lockdown, when it's lockdown time, guess what? You got to go in the cell. Dreaded going in the cell with this dude, man. He was cool, don't get me wrong. He was all right. Going to cell. This fool's in there watching Family Guy or something. Laughing. He's laughing hysterically. Like, man, this is some bullshit, man. In my head, I was thinking I should train, man. This motherfucking remote control. See how tough you really are, man. In my head, that's how I feel. I didn't do it. I had mind control of a big dog. My money hadn't hit yet. I'm down there, man, and my you know, my people ain't found me yet. They ain't sent me no money yet. They mad at me. I done went back to prison. I'm in a cell, man. He got a big old bowl of cut up potato wedges. He got the potato wedges. He got the hot sauce. He got the salt and pepper on him. He got the ketchup. I think he got like some chicken tenders or something like that. Big old glass of Kool-Aid or whatever. He's watching this show, laughing or whatever. Like I said, I'm mad because the football game's on. I can't watch it because I didn't have my own TV yet. I ain't really have much at all. Probably had some noodles or something like that. That food was smelling so good. This dude never offered. I'm not saying that he had to. Nobody has to feed you. Dude never offered me nothing. This dude would sit there and eat in front of my face. And it was like torture going into the cell because he was one of them dudes that he didn't really go to the child hall that much. Sometimes he would, but his girl was taking, you know, pretty good care of him. So morning times he wouldn't go for breakfast. He might go for lunch if they having something pretty good, Polish sausages or something like that, chicken patties, meatloaf. But if it ain't really nothing good, he ain't going to the chow hall. And I had to endure that. So it all goes back to if you don't get no money sent in to you, you got some people that's locked up, man, reach out to them. No, it's not your responsibility to take care of them or whatever, but it'll come back to you. Look out for them. Eventually, my money hit. Came in there with a big bag. I'm walking in there. Big bag. Okay, I see you. That's what they going. I see you. I see you, Kens. Now I got my bag. End up getting my TV and everything. I come in the cell one day. No, I'm getting the story mixed up. There's another dude that I was in the cell with. Same scenario, situation. I get my bag. I come in the cell one day. They used to sell you these ice cubes. Like, not ice cubes, but it's really what they look like. Like little blocks of, I said ice, sugar cubes. I said ice cube. Yay, yay! Sugar cubes. And that's the way that they sold the sugar or whatever. So in prison, when you drink your coffee, you get your triple. A triple is your coffee with your sugar, your creamer, and you know, your coffee or whatever. So I come into the cell one day, and my cellie, man, like I said, ain't never offered me nothing. He got my box of sugar cubes out, and he was like, "Ah, man, I grabbed a couple of your cubes, man. Figured you wouldn't mind." I just looked at him, man. Yeah, go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Cause I'm not petty like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm the type of individual, if I'm in the cell, man, if I'm eating, man, I'm offer you something. Especially if I get, like, if it's plentiful. Here, bro, you want some of this? It's just the way that I am. Everybody's not like it. They'll eat right there in front of your face, and it's not their job to feed you. I've seen some crazy things in prison, man, when it comes to that food, that commissary or whatever. I told a story a couple weeks ago about a dude that used to make pizzas for people. He used to make pizzas for people, but it takes a long time to make those prison pizzas. You're going to have the microwave hostage for about 30 minutes. Dude comes in, man, and he needs to use the microwave, but somebody's already on the microwave. He takes the pizza out of the microwave, drops the pizza. When he drops, I guess my live must have kicked me off for a second, y'all. He drops like half the pizza. When he drops the pizza, man, that wasn't even the dude's pizza that was making the pizza. It wasn't even his pizza. He was making the pizza for Tennessee, big Tennessee. He had to go back and tell Tennessee that, hey, bro, I dropped the pizza, but I'm going to make it up to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go get the stuff. He didn't even tell him that the little young dude had went in the young dude, I don't even remember what, rod or something like that. Black dude, big young dude, just throwing up 400 in a weight pile, had like the little short dreads or whatever. Little baby face. He don't even think he had a mustache or nothing. He didn't even tell him. Got back to big Tennessee. That Rod, the youngster, had went in there and took the pizza. He's like, dang. That made him have respect for the dude that was fixing the pizza, because he's like, bro, he didn't even say nothing. He was just like, I take care of you in the morning, man. You know, when I go to commissary or whatever. He catches a little youngster, big Tennessee catches a youngster in the weight pile. He's in there screaming and hollering, you know, he's a gorilla, he's a beast or whatever. He catching him when he's doing his squat. He gonna do his set on the squat. Grabs one of them, I think it was like if it was a 5 pound, a 7.5 pound dumbbell. Grabs that dumbbell. Nobody even seen this coming. Bow! Hit little youngster. Smashed him. Busted him up. Bad. Busted him up bad. Had to go to the hospital. Not the infirmary. He had to go to the hospital. And he never was able to come back to the yard or whatever. Didn't want to come back to the yard. All because you put your hands on somebody's food. You see, in prison, that's a no-no. You don't touch nobody's food. I don't care if you put your food in the microwave and 5 minutes has passed and you ain't came back and grabbed your food out of the microwave. Man, you don't touch nobody's bowl because that could get you. I didn't see a person get hot water thrown in his face. And all that was in the microwave was a bowl of hot water. He went and was doing something or whatever, forgot about it, came back. It'd been in there maybe 3 or 4 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, something like that. Man, who touched my water? Who touched my bowl? It's in an open door. Who touched my bowl? Oh, it was me, bro. I just put it on top. I had to warm my food up. It was just water, so I put it on top. Calmly walks over to the bowl, grabs the bowl as though he's walking away, throws the scalding hot water in dude's face, man. This is what you don't do in prison, man. Touching somebody's bowl. How long you been growing your locks? I'm about 7 months in. I want to say 2018. I got a haircut. The last haircut that I had was at the end of 2017. I never got my hair cut again. And it took about, I let it grow out like I had a big old fro because nobody knew. I should have done free locks, but I didn't know. I thought that it had to be parted and neat. So I let my hair grow out for like about 8 months. I'm looking silly with this big old fro. Nobody knew how to do hair, you know, braid hair or whatever. And finally I ended up getting plaits in maybe August of that next year, August of 18, and I got plaits, and I grew from there, and I never got them cut. So I guess you could say, I don't know, 8 years, somewhere right around in there. But yeah, those are lessons to learn. A couple lessons to learn. Touching nobody's food in prison. Don't steal from nobody in prison. That's obvious. Don't gamble. Stay off the basketball court. Don't even use anybody's stuff, because there's I just seen something on Facebook. Was it today or yesterday? Dude was borrowing a dude's headphones. Headphones are very, very serious in prison, man. Important. He's borrowing a dude's headphones, and supposedly the headphones came up broke. He told the dude, "Hey, bro, you broke my headphones. You need to give me some more headphones." And like I said, I seen this on Facebook. The dude was like, "Man, I ain't break your headphones, bro. This is how the headphones already were." He was like, "Nah, man. You broke my headphones. And you're going to give me some more, man. Or you know, it's going to be an issue or whatever." Dude was like, "Man, I ain't getting you no more headphones, though. I didn't break your headphones. You trying to run game on me." Next thing you know, they was pulling him out of the cell, man. Unalive. Over some $10 headphones, man. See, in prison, it's not even about the amount. It's just about the, it's a principle. $8 to $10 headphones. People will, especially if they see that you got some money or whatever, because when you first go to prison, unless you're coming from another place, you're not gonna have a TV and all that stuff. So you're in a cell with somebody, "Hey, bro, you can watch my TV, whatever." And let's just say the power button's already broke, or something's already, you know, it's rigged up or whatever. You know that this dude's mama and them, parents, people, they sending him money all the time. "Hey, bro, you owe me another TV." "Huh? Yeah, you was watching my TV, right?" "Yeah, I watched the TV, but I didn't." "Nah, you owe me another TV, man." A lot of times people tell you, "Don't even touch my TV, man. You can watch it, but don't touch it. Because if something comes up broken, guess what? You're going to be responsible. If you don't have the money to cover it, now I might have to unalive you." I don't think like that. A lot of people don't think like that. But you got a lot of people that do think that way. And it's game. Most of the time it's game. So in an unfortunate situation, you find yourself in that situation, just leave it alone, man. You know what I mean? Could find yourself on the Owen end. And then you have to deal with people like Fleece Johnson. Get it the easy way, the hard way. But it's gonna be got. Man, Real Kens TV, man. We're at the 2-hour mark. I appreciate y'all chiming in, rocking with me. You know what I mean? I'm about to get out of here. Like I said, I've been in touch with Joseph Hunter. For y'all that new people's on the line or whatever, or the people that may see the video. I said on the line, on the live. $ KENZ 1000, KENZ is in zebra 1000. Man. I shot him some bread already, man. People sent in some money for him or whatever. He locked down 23-1, so it's kind of hard for him to really, communicate with me like that on a regular basis. But I told him, man, I'm gonna do what I can do for him, and appreciate y'all rocking with me. I'm gonna be going live here in a couple days. I'm gonna start going live on a regular basis, man. Get this channel up to 50,000 somehow, some way. We're gonna get there this year. Real Kens TV. Appreciate y'all. We out. I'm out.